A Fox News alert now on new calls for answers in the deadly Benghazi attack. Lawmakers raising more questions after testimony by the former acting CIA director, Michael Morell, on the administration's original talking points. Those talking points blamed the deaths of Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other Americans on protests over a video mocking Islam. Well, now at least 3 Republican lawmakers say they were misled back in 2012. They are calling once again for a select committee to investigate. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge live in Washington with the latest. Catherine.
Well, thank you, John. The issue is whether the former acting and deputy CIA director's testimony about that November 2012 meeting with those 3 Republican senators, Ayotte, Graham, and McCain, about the Benghazi talking points was in fact accurate. Morell testified that once he realized he'd made a mistake by blaming the FBI for key changes that he in fact had made, he corrected the record. But that's not how one of the senators remembers it, describing Morell's testimony last week before the House Intelligence Committee as, quote, deceptive. A Republican who sits on that committee and questioned Morell last week said his employment by Beacon Global Strategies, a D.C. consulting firm closely allied with the former Secretary of State, is a conflict.
So now the person who is out testifying before our committee is getting paid by a very friendly to Hillary Rodham Clinton consulting group. And so what we saw is Mike Morell will take the fall for the State Department. He is going to take the fall for Hillary Clinton and say, look, I changed the talking points.
This morning, House Democrats charging that Republicans are taking Benghazi and turning it into a costly witch hunt.
What they're trying to do is throw as much mud against the wall and hope something sticks.
We've had enough of the false statements, enough of the partisanship, and enough of trying to use this terrible national security incident for political gain.
In a recent statement to Fox News, the consulting group Beacon Global Strategies said it's a, quote, nonpartisan endeavor and is dedicated to acting in a truly bipartisan manner. We not only adhere to all governing ethics rules and laws, we strive to go above and beyond those requirements. Though a review of their website shows it's predominantly Democrats, including a longtime Clinton aide described by the New York Times as Mrs. Clinton's principal gatekeeper, John.
And what are the chances, Catherine, of getting a select committee? Do you have any way to assess that?
Well, the key question now is whether the House Intelligence Committee that's been held out as being sort of the beachhead for these investigations has really made significant progress. The feeling after Morell's testimony last week is that not sufficient progress has really been made on this front.
Catherine Herridge in Washington. Thank you.
You're welcome.